The lob to Deani, who slams it home.
Monica right from the left block, layup good.
Parker drives it through the hole to right. Hunt comes around to score. The Cavs win. Pierman dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
Because we have so many different personalities, everything is so special.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Ras-I Dowling, number 19 on the football team. We have a show full of great highlights for you today. Let's check out the Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
From the right side over to the left to face Beck.
The 1-0 pitch, and Valdez gives it a ride into deep center field. Dan Benek tracing back, the wind giving it a run. It's out of here! A grand slam for Franco Valdez.
He stepped up for his team and hit a big, he hit the heck out of that ball, hit a big grand slam for us, and just immediately early in the ball game created a lot of separation for us.
He wasn't on the zone, and I knew he had to come in with something around the strike zone. I just sat on one pitch and just got it.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next.
Welcome back to the show. Our number one ranked men's lacrosse team traveled to Duke this weekend to take on the Blue Devils. Let's check out the game story.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Crotty working on Kelly, slick swing move. Crotty gets free, fires on the right pipe, and scores as he bounces it past Adam Gittleman. Carroll across the field finds Shamel Bratton. Bratton dodging. Bratton fires, and it's saved by Schroeder, who's been good low.
This is an athletic defense. We're going to have to work to get to good places, and I thought we had some good looks at the cage, and I don't think we made great shots, and we canned a couple of those early. The game might have played a little bit differently.
Out top to Turry. Turry dodging down the right pipe. Turry cranks. Turry fires and scores. 5-2 Duke leads.
We weren't really flying around in the defensive end the way that we needed to.
Steve Giannoni dodging down the left side. Giannoni throws behind the goal to Gladding. Surveying. Feeds out to the left pipe. Billings fitted in from a low angle. Goal Virginia. And the Cavaliers needed that one as they trail by 2 now.
Was also an outstanding running back in high school at Covenant. So, Steve worked hard to be at this level.
Ross cranks from the left wing and scores. Wow. Now it's Crotty behind the goal. Feeds to the right pipe. McKee fires and scores. Duke is on fire. 6-goal lead for the Blue Devils. Hughley, Ramel Bratton, and John Haldy into the midfield for the Cavaliers. That's the second midfield unit as Danny Gladding has it at X. Gladding up the left. Gladding fires and scores. Top shelf. Cavaliers get a goal. They needed that one. Their first score of the second half. Haldy cradling with the right hand. Haldy throws behind the goal to Danny Gladding. Gladding up the right pipe. Gladding's going to go for it himself. 2 straight from Danny Gladding. Here comes Virginia with a 4-on-5. Thompson has it top of the box. Thompson loads up. Thompson scores! 3 straight for Virginia, and here come the Cavaliers.
We had a couple of flurries. I thought we had gave ourselves a little chance in the third quarter, but then we just made too many mistakes and just kind of gave the ball back to them. Gave them too many opportunities, and they were hitting their shots for it.
With the ball on a 7-goal lead, 13-6.
First game we've had this year that has not been any stall warnings.
Here's the man Chris Loftus throws behind to O'Crotty and then feeds on top behind the back shot and goal by Howell. Everything going Duke's way.
They won most of the toughness battles. We just seemed like we weren't quite prepared to do the tough thing, kind of over and over again.
Catalino has the ball on top of the crease. Catalino fights through 3 checks. Now another flag down as Duke has it on the left pipe. Quinzani all alone fires and scores. Who will run it across midfield himself. Pomper feeds a man out top. Now they feed to the left pipe. Gladding touches it to Stanwyck, who fires and scores. Good-looking play there by the Cavaliers. And it inches them a little bit closer within 5 with 2:45 to go.
Not one that feels like I want to spend too much time learning from losses. We'll make the best of this certainly and move on. We've done an awful lot to be proud of. I hear the fans in the stands behind me. Fair enough, yelling overrated, but it had nothing to do with rating. We went out and won games. We've been through the cookie here, and we've won a lot of games. And I think we have a lot of confidence and trust in each other. And today just wasn't our day, and we just got to turn around and get this one behind us and get ready to get going again.
All right, men, let's talk about what's new. Speed is important, and how we use that speed makes a difference. Our no-huddle offense will limit the defense's ability to make adjustments. Getting off the line will be just as important as getting downfield. You quarterbacks are going to have to get the ball to the playmakers so they can do their thing.
Okay, fellas, we all got this? Let's go.
Our 7th-ranked rowing team is once again a strong contender for the national championship. One of the key contributors to the team's success is Charlottesville native, Augusta Stratos, and she is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by the Cavalier Team Shop online, where every purchase benefits academic support for UVA student athletes.
I was born and raised in Charlottesville, Virginia. I was a gymnast for a very long time until 9th grade. And when I got to Charlottesville High School, I started running track as well, and I swam there. My grandfather is Dr. Joe May. He went to school here and played on the football team here as well. I think he's one of the reasons also I went here. He's a great impact in my life, and he still follows to this day football and basketball. I just knew the school was so great for many different reasons. I wasn't worried about being so close to home. My senior year in high school, my mom actually ran into Barb Sauer, who is the wife of the head coach, Kevin Sauer. And because I'm pretty tall and athletic, they look for people of my stature. And she's like, oh, well, you should have her come try out for rowing. We went out for tryouts, and I can remember having the erg and never really having too much experience in the erg. Not many people know even what an ergometer is. They just see it in the gym sometimes, a rowing machine. But having so much time spent on the erg is one of the things that builds rowers, because you have to train on that thing for a really long time. This year I'm in the varsity 8. It has 8 people on the boat plus a coxswain. Right now I'm sitting 5 seat. The 5 seat is pretty much in the middle of the boat, so they call like the middle 4, I guess, the powerhouse. All 8 working together hopefully moves really fast. Kevin Sauer I think he's a great coach. He wants everyone to succeed and wants the team as a whole to do very well. I believe everyone really, truly listens to him and values what he tells us and helps us do. And he's definitely there for everyone as an individual. because we have so many different personalities. Everything is so special. When we're on the water, yeah, we're definitely competing against each other and with each other, but we're having a great time as well.
Visit the Cavalier Team Shop online at virginiasports.com and take advantage of this week's special offer.
Gavin Gill was 11 years old when his big brother Connor joined the UVA lacrosse team. After Connor came Brendan. Now Gavin is in his final year of his career as a Cavalier. In our Cavalier flashback, we look at the Gills' continuous 11th-year run at Virginia.
Cavalier Flashback is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $3 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools.
Gill up the left pipe. Gill turns, fires, bounce shot, bounce it off the foot of Hare.
Each of the three boys has been a big part of any success that we've had over these past 11 years. We feel like we're a little bit more of a working man's team right now. That we're going to come out and give an honest effort every day. We're going to get to it. And Connor, Brendan, and Gavin, have all bought into that, and beyond that, have helped me instill that in the people around them. So for 11 years, as a coach, you feel like I got an ally in one of the Gill boys, whoever happens to be with us at that time, and that's been a real help.
It's almost like we have our own language speaking. A lot of people get frustrated being around us because they don't know what we're saying. It really is special to come here. We just have so many things in common talking about the program, and there's not really a moment that goes by where we don't just appreciate everything that the university and the program has done for us.
Some guys can throw it hard, some guys can shoot it hard, and some guys can throw a ball that almost catches itself, and Connor had that sort of unique ability. Kind of a quiet warrior. For Brendan, it was his career needed to unfold before we found a sort of a significant playing role. In the meantime, he always was a hard worker, very loyal to the program, and then in 2005, his senior year, he got out there in a number of different roles for us and really contributed to that team, getting all the way to the NCAA semifinals. And Gavin is probably, he's sort of a combination of both the boys. Certainly a little bit quiet and reserved, but another guy that also has been very confident in who he is as a person. Even though he hasn't been a star in our program during the course of his career, I would say he's always had a leading role, and he's never been afraid to step up in front of his teammates and say the right thing. And so in some ways, a little bit more forward than Connor and Brendan, especially amongst his peers.
Now here's Gill, and Gill turns and shoots and scores.
Every day I realize how fortunate I am walking around the grounds and knowing that I can come here and do the same things that my brothers did and do the same things that all these players that have been through the program have done. It's not easy, but it's well worth it.
I've often said that the wins and losses in this business can be a little bit fickle, but it's the relationships that do stand up, and certainly I feel like the Gills are people that I'm going to be able to rely on, and I'm clearly going to stay in touch with, forever.
Coming up after the break.
I love the University of Virginia, and I've really kind of taken part in a lot of its aspects. The way the NCAA rule goes is that your junior season you can be drafted. I realized that this is the last chance I'll ever have in my life to experience what I'm doing now. Never again will I be able to wear a Virginia shirt and go throw a baseball on a mound. I'm never going to be able to open my door and see the lawn at the University of Virginia. I have a chance to help lead a group of 33 guys to Omaha, to the College World Series, somewhere I've never been before. It became very clear to me by the end of the process that I wasn't going to be very happy if I had to pass all these things up. Professional baseball is still going to be there. If things go like they should this year, then I'll have a chance, and I'll get to experience my 4th year here and be happy for it.
Our baseball team finished another week ranked in the top 10. We have a report from the Diamond and More in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Great to see Robert Poutier go out and give us another solid start. He has just been so consistent for us all year long, and I'm so happy he decided to come back for his 5th year. You know, he's a great leader in our clubhouse, and he's pitching really, really good baseball. We didn't just score our runs in bunches. You know, we tacked on a run here, 2 runs there, you know, where we could, and we were very opportunistic. Jarrett Parker's home run yesterday, I think, was the farthest home run that I've seen hit in this ballpark. I mean, to hit a home run off the top of the scoreboard, I mean, literally hit the very top of the board is an incredible home run, and you know, it shows that what kind of power this kid has. We talk about that a lot as a club, that you know, when we have opportunities, you need to capitalize on them, and we did in this ballgame.
Hey, Greg Wood, how you doing?
Good to see you again. This game came down to our lack of playing good fundamental baseball. You know, we gave up 5 runs in the first inning with 2 outs and nobody on. You just can't do that in this game and expect to win ball games.
Good job, Danny. Good boy. That's where you get started. Nice job, man. Congratulations, man. Nice job. I appreciate that. Good luck the rest of the All right. Yep. Sure. Good luck to you guys, okay? Good luck. Nice job.
We're in our last week of football practice before Saturday's spring game in Scott Stadium. Let's take an inside look of one of our recent practices.
Well, this was practice number 9 today, and this is the first time we really did down and distance. So we start adding down and distance as a major variable to how the plays go. The team gets a real picture of how one play adds on to the other and really gives us a better idea of who's going to step up in competition and make plays. So we did a good job with it today. I thought we moved forward. The most notable things were special teams. We got some real good play out of a number of guys on our special teams. We had good ball security throughout, and I thought Rashawn Jackson and Torrey Mack and Keith Payne and Max Million all ran the ball well for us today. The big change that we have with the dynamics of the quarterback competition is last year in spring practice, we had no quarterbacks who had ever started a game. And now we're working with 3 quarterbacks who have all started at least one game in college football. So clearly that's a significant difference. That is minimized somewhat by the fact that they're all running a different offense. So there's no carryover from what they did before. But there certainly is the experience of getting ready for competition, pulling into the stadium, handling game situations, and that in itself is a big plus. The area of our team where really we need to upgrade our performance the most is with our special teams. Over the course of the last 3 years, despite a significant amount of time and energy investment in it, we really have gotten very, very few plays that have impacted the scoreboard positively on our behalf. And so Ron has had great success with all of his units at Kansas State. If we can just get half of that production, we'll upgrade us significantly. Clearly, we'd like more than half of that production, but kickoff return, punt return, and block teams during the course of his tenure there all led the country in their performance. So we put a big emphasis on it. He's got some really interesting schemes, some techniques that go with it, and we're hopeful for much improvement in that area. We'll just continue to move forward with those things that we're doing. It's going to take a lot more than 15 practices to get our systems in, particularly the 2 new phases of the team, special teams and offense, but this will give us the groundwork and we'll have an idea where we can move, where we have to move forward come August.
This is the last episode of Cavalier Sports Weekly. Until the fall, on behalf to all the student athletes who hosted the show this year, thank you for being a Cavalier fan. I'm Ras-I Dowling, hoping to see you this Saturday in Scott Stadium. Until then, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.